mixed numbers and conversions. So the MAD method is to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. So m is for multiply, because we're going to multiply the denominator and the whole number together. Then a is for add, and we're going to add the product to the numerator. And then d is for denominator. So the denominator stays the same. So we have multiply, add, denominator. So let's look at this. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of flour. We're going to write the mixed number as an improper fraction using the MAD method. So the first step, right, is to multiply. I'm going to go back up here. So this is to multiply. So 2 times 2 is 4, right? And then we're going to go ahead and add. So we're adding the numerator. So we add the product. So that was 2 times 2, so that's 4. To the numerator, so that's 5. So that means we're going to put 5 on the top, and we're going to keep the denominator the same, right? So denominator, this is staying the same. So this is our solution, 5/2. Now let's look at another example. Example 2, we're going to write the mixed number 3 2/5 as an improper fraction using the MAD method. So once again, we're going to go ahead and multiply this whole number and the denominator together. So that's 15. Then we're going to add this numerator to it. So that would be 17, right? 3 times 5, 15, plus 2 is 17. Then we keep the denominator, so that would be 5. So that's our solution. Now let's keep moving on. Now example 3, how do we change a fraction into a mixed number? So we're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. Then the remainder is the new numerator. And then we're always going to keep the same denominator. And then if possible, we're going to reduce, right? So the denominator may change, but only because we're going to reduce the fraction part. So let's go ahead and look at this. We're going to convert 14/3 to a mixed number. So we're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So that looks like this, right? So 3 can go into 14 how many times? Well, it can't go into 1, but it can go into 14 4 times. We go ahead and we're going to go ahead and subtract, because 3 times 4 is 12. 14 minus 12 is 2. So this now is the remainder, right? So we see the remainder becomes the new numerator. So let's go ahead and write that. So our new numerator is 2. We're going to keep the same denominator. So that's 3. And then this 4 becomes our whole number. So we have 4 2/3. Now feel free to also go backwards, right? We can go 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2 is 14. So we can see where we get the 14/3. So we can confirm that we did it right. So this is our whole number. This is our remainder, which then becomes the numerator. Now let's do one more example on this. Example 4, a recipe calls for 7/3 cups of flour. write the improper fraction as a mixed number. So we have 7. We're going to go ahead and divide it by 3. So 3 can go into 7 how many times? Well, it can go into it 2 times, because 3 times 2 is 6. We go ahead and subtract, and we get 1. So this becomes our whole number. This is our remainder. And then this is our denominator that stays the same. So let's go ahead and write that. So this is our whole, remainder, and this is our denominator. Right, so we just kept the same denominator. So that's 3. 1 is the new numerator. So the remainder becomes the numerator. And our whole number is there on top. So we have 2 1/3.